Hey everybody, it's John the Sea Monkey Dude here, and I've been getting a lot of questions about how I maintain my tanks, how I take care of all the sea monkeys. I think I've got 15 different colonies going right now, something like that. Big tanks, small tanks, huge tanks, all sorts of stuff. And I've shown off all those tanks in a lot of other videos. If you want to see them, go take a look, please. I've got a playlist going here. If you just look at my other videos on YouTube, you should be able to see them. So this one's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to show you any sea monkeys in this video. No. All right, I lied. For those of you guys that want to see some sea monkeys real quick, there you go. Sea monkeys on Mars. See these guys swimming around? All right, that's it. That's not the point of this video. What I wanted to do is show you some of the tools that I use to take care of them. So I got this really cool Sea Monkeys limited edition coffee mug on seamonkeys.com about a year ago, maybe something like that, maybe a little bit less than a year ago. They're very limited. It's celebrating the 60th anniversary of Sea Monkeys. I think that's what it says on here. Yeah, from 1960 to 2020. Pretty sure the mugs come out in 2021, but hey, 2020 was sort of a year from hell, right? So that's all right. And I was using it as a coffee mug to actually drink coffee out of. And then I ended up having all these little tools on my desk because I sit here at my desk. You can't see it, but it's like right here. And I work all day. And that's where most of my sea monkeys are sitting, is right here. And they sort of got in the way. I was like, you know what? Let's just put all my little tools in here. So I'm going to show you guys what I use. So let's just pull them out one by one. We'll go through them. You guys seen this? This is called an Aqua Leash. Some people call it a bubbler tool. And I've used it for both. So you can stick this in the water, press down, lift out, let go, stick it in, press down if you want to aerate. That helps, that works. But the main reason for this is so you can suck up a sea monkey and transport them from one container to another, one tank to another. So if you've got like one of the little watch aquariums or the pen aquarium or little sea bubble, you want to put one in there for a little bit and take it. This is the easiest way to do it. Now, what I've noticed with these is that sometimes the hole in the bottom is a little bit small. So I've got probably a dozen of these. They came with a lot of different sets, And I've just sort of taken some scissors and snipped the bottom a little bit to make the hole a little bit bigger. So consider doing that, but I'm not saying you have to. But I think that it was a little bit easier for me at least. So yeah, you can stick this in your tank. Push down, suck up a sea monkey that sort of float around in here, and then squirt them into another tank. Pretty cool, right? So most of these that I've seen have been purple. There are other colors out there, which I'll show you right here. Actually, this isn't. This one is not an Aqua Leash, but it looks similar, right? This is an aeration tool. I've seen this called an oxymist air pump and also a million bubble air pump. This is from Transcience, the Sea Monkeys company. This yellow one came in the Sea Monkeys executive set, the one from the early 2000s. I got that set recently, did a video unboxing it, showed you this tool. This is pretty cool. So it's very similar to that tool I just showed you, but there's this little acrylic piece on the bottom, and it's got little tiny holes in it, so when you squeeze air through, a mist of bubbles come out. Also, because the holes in there are so tiny, if you were to accidentally suck water in, you're not going to suck up sea monkeys in here. Really cool, right? Also, when you look in the top here, see that little hole? That's great for aeration. So what you can do is you cover that hole with your thumb, push down, it squirts air into your tank, lift your thumb up off the hole, and air is going to go in through the top. So that way you don't have to keep pulling this out of the water every time you want to squirt. So if you want to squirt, 5 different, little bursts of air in there, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, without taking this out of the water. Pretty cool. This right here is a different version of pretty much the same thing. I think this is the one that they're offering on seamonkeys.com right now. This is a different million bubble air pump. It's purple. And instead of having that little acrylic piece at the bottom, it's basically an air stone. So a lot of us use these air stones for, aeration in the sea monkey tanks if you've got like an air pump, like a motorized one. it's basically the same thing. You see these in all sorts of aquariums. Works the same way. It's got the little hole in the top. You can squirt air in there to aerate the tank, get bubbles in there, circulate that water, have that movement up at the top there. Pretty neat. All right, let's see what else we got in here. This I use for the same thing. This is just a really basic pipette. I've used this for some of the smaller tanks to aerate, where it's a little bit easier to put something a little bit thinner down in there. This is great for Sea Monkey on Mars and the what's the other one? The Magic Castle tank. You know, those ones are a little bit more narrow. The hole at the top is smaller. So I think this is a little bit easier, and I've used that exactly the same way, you know, just to squirt air in there or move water around. Also, if I'm starting a tank, I'll use this to stir it, and you can, you know, suck up the water and blow it out to help stir and dissolve the salts and everything in there. This is not an official, you know, Sea Monkeys tool. I think, you won't believe where I bought this. I bought like a pack of like 25 or 30 of these from Staples. Yeah, you know, and they were like $5. Inexpensive. Good deal. All right, there's more in here. All right. This right here is a little silicone spatula. You can see it's tiny. You know, it's about, it's shorter than like an average ballpoint pen. Here's a Sharpie marker. You guys know what a Sharpie is, right? You know how big a Sharpie is? Let's take a look. It's a little bit longer than the Sharpie, barely, and it's a lot thinner, right? That's pretty cool. And what I'll use that, let me put the Sharpie away. Hey, I gotta sneeze. I'm gonna pause this video. Hold on. Okay, no one wanted to see me sneeze, right? We're back. So what I use this little spatula for, it's very rigid in the inside. So it's silicone, you know, on the outside, which is a fancy word for rubber, right? It's a type of rubber. In the inside, it's very rigid. I don't know if there's some sort of thick plastic or durable plastic, or probably a metal rod in the middle there, steel or something like that. And I will use this in the inside of the tanks to clean the algae off of the tank. Now, I'm not removing the algae. Algae is great for sea monkeys. They eat it. It helps aerate the water, all that good stuff. But I also like to be able to see them. So whatever surface of the tank is facing me, I will use this to scrape the algae off or stir up a tank if I need to. It's good for that too. So these we got from Amazon. This is not an official Sea Monkey tool. If you just search little silicone spatulas, you can find sets of these. I think this came in a set of like 8. This is the smallest one that came in there, and it works really, really, really well. I think a lot of people like this. This is one of the squeegee tools. This is a Sea Monkey branded. Take a look at that. See that? Yeah, really cool. It even says squeegee down there. If we can get that focused. Sorry, I don't have the best lighting right now, but it says squeegee on both sides on here. But this squeegee tool, this one came with the Sea Monkeys executive set that I showed off recently. And there's been other variations of this too. I've seen them come with ocean zoos. I've seen them come with 1 or 2 other sets too. And I think that squeegee tool is a little bit smaller, but very, very similar to this. And basically, its function is just like what I said to do with that spatula. You know, cleaning the side of the tanks. So I've tried this. I tried it on my Ocean Treasure tank a couple days ago. It's sitting up there. And it worked. But I'll be honest, that purple spatula thing worked a lot better. So this is sort of cool. I'll try it out again. I've only used it once. At one point, you know, there's batteries in here, and this would light up. It's like an LED light or something up here. This thing's over 20 years old. Or, you know, it's probably not. I think it's 18 years old. I think this came out in 2004. It's now 2022, so it's close to 20 years old. Regardless, the batteries are dead, and it doesn't look like they're easy to change at all, so I'm not really worried about that. But yeah, back in the day, this would light up, and it'd probably look cool when you were cleaning your tank with a lit-up squeegee tool. So I'll try this again. It's definitely nice. I love that little spatula, though. It seemed like with that smaller end, it was able to, you know, really scrape the sides of the tank a little bit better. All right, there's some other small things in here. Let's take a look. All right, this one's real basic. Most of you guys probably know what this is. This is the newest, you know, Sea Monkey feeding spoon. This comes with most of the kits right now. You've got this sea monkey on here, this one's sort of interesting because it sort of looks like a combination of the, old school animated, graphic, cartoonish, sea monkeys where they got little horns on the head and everything, and a real one. It looks like a combination. Look, the head looks like, the cartoons. The body looks actually like a real sea monkey. Really unique. You don't see them depicted like that too often. And then, what does it say on here? If I can read it. Sea monkey's food cup. That's what that little end is. So you fill that with your growth food or other sea monkey food, dump it in the tank, real easy. This is something I use, several times a week. And I've probably got a couple dozen of these. If you need one, they come in just about every set, or you can buy them for $1 on SeaMonkeys.com if you need one. Inexpensive. Now, I do have some of the older spoons too. I don't have one pulled out right now, but if you've had sea monkeys for a while, if you've got any of the older kits, you might remember that there's a double scoop spoon. So instead of this wide end that's more like a handle right now, there was a larger scoop on this side. And way back in the day, it would say feed baby sea monkeys from this end and feed adult sea monkeys from this end. I don't think you ever really need to feed the adult sea monkeys from this end. It was a lot of food, and it was probably too much. And maybe that's one of the reasons that some of my sea monkeys as a kid didn't do so well. They got to be adults, and I probably overfed them. I don't know that for a fact. I don't remember. But that's what it used to say. Now, well, not now, because I don't think they have any of those spoons anymore, but after that, between then and now, the spoon looked the same, and it would say feed sea monkeys from this end, and the other end it said use this end to measure plasma. So if you've seen the Plasma 3, you would use that bigger scoop for putting that in there, which is pretty cool. All right, one more thing to show you guys, and then we'll be done. I love these little containers here. Take a look at that. So this little plastic container I got from eBay. I got a whole bunch of them. A big bag full of these things. And I love keeping the powdered foods in here. And it's good for Plasma 3 salts and stuff like that. So what this does is allows me to keep it contained, and it's probably pretty close to airtight, right? And it's a lot easier than trying to scoop, the food out of the little packet. The packets spill, and they're a little bit messy. So what I do is whenever I open a packet, one packet of sea monkey food will fill this thing pretty much exactly. That's just convenient, So I think this is really neat. What I've done here is I've labeled them. So I have photographs of all the different packets of the different foods and stuff like that. I just printed them really small and literally taped it on here with Scotch tape. So that way I know what's in here. So you can see this is packet number 3, growth food. I'll show you some of the other ones I've got here. If you guys like small Tupperware type dishes, Mr. Lid is the way to go. I always used to lose the lids to all of our Tupperware and crap. You'd open up that one cabinet in your kitchen. It's like, all right, I got too many lids and too many dishes and none of them match. It sucks, pain in the butt. Mr. Lids, they come in all different sizes. The lids stay attached. You never lose the lid. Been using these things for like 11 years. Love it. But yeah, this little Mr. Lid, I keep all the little foods. So here's the Grow Quickly. You guys have probably seen that before. Again, I just bought these little tiny containers on eBay and printed those labels myself. All right, Red Magic, Sea Monkey Vitamins. Yeah. Isn't this better than having all those open packets? It's banana treat, right? This one I forgot to print the label for, so I just have to remember it's Cupid Zero. At some point, I'll probably print a label for that. Maybe not. I don't know if I can get Cupid Zero anymore. If I can get some more of it, maybe I will print some more. And then here's packet number 4, Plasma 3, right? So I think these are neat. It's another tool that I use. And that's really it. So I showed you the spoons, the Aqua Leashes, aeration tool. Oh, you want to see the spoon with the 2 cups? I got those here. There we go. Look. That's way too much to feed, an average sea monkey colony. Small end, good amount. Big end, not so much. So that's one of those. So yeah, so I've shown you the spoons, the little bottles I use, the squeegee tool, the the spatula that works really well as a squeegee tool, the air pumps, new one and old one, little pipette. Nothing fancy, but it works well. That's pretty much what I use, right? So, taking care of a whole lot of sea monkeys. Like I said, I've got 15 colonies right now. Sounds like it would be a pain. You know what? It's still a lot easier than taking care of my cats and dogs. I've got 4 cats and 2 dogs. I love them, but they're not as easy to take care of as sea monkeys. You know, sea monkeys, I feed my colonies twice a week, you know, for the most part. You know, you adjust as needed. Not every colony is as big as another one, but on average, about twice a week for them. Aerate daily, and that's really about it. You know, I have good light cycle in here. I keep the lights on when I'm working in here throughout the day and turn them off when I'm not in here. They get plenty of light and dark, which I think is probably good for them. Don't quote me on that. I am not a marine biologist or a scientist or anything like that. But anyway, that's what we got. If you got questions, feel free to leave them below. Like the video, share the video, add your comments, whatever you want to do. Subscribe if you like these. Hit that bell thing so that way you get notified when I post new content. All right. Love you guys. Have a great evening. I'm going to go celebrate my friend's birthday now. Bye-bye.